So we have more figures here. What do you see that is common among these figures?
The four-sided figures.
They all have four sides, right?
Yes.
They are all four-sided figures. Okay. What do we call this four-sided figure? You already know about it.
I call it a rectangle.
A rectangle. And bring them out. Let's see. What do you know about this four-sided figure?
It's a square.
It's a square. What about this four-sided figure? Bring it out and make it stand. Let's see. What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of a table.
It reminds you of a table, and what we call this?
Trapezoid.
Trapezoid. I have another shape that also looks like a table here. What's the difference? You can see that this like the top, right?
Yes.
The table. And here the side is still slanted, but this here, the leg here is straight.
Yes.
So it looks like the trapezoid, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So they are called trapezoids or trapezium. In the US, they call them trapezoid. In the UK, they call them trapezium. Okay? Okay, so these two shapes look alike. Okay. What about this one?
This is a rhombus.
A rhombus.
Yes.
Do you remember what I told you about the rhombus?
Yes.
What can you tell me about the rhombus?
It's used for, well, in the olden days, used for to weld and to make sounds.
Exactly. Yes. They tie something, wooden something that had this shape, and weld the string around in order to produce some sound. Yes. Okay. You can put that down. Because now that's a new one. Bring it out. Okay. Now this is called a parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
Yes, parallelogram. Okay, this is a parallelogram. Now the word parallelogram has three sides to it. Parallelogram. Para means beside. Look at the name. Parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
Yes, put it on it. Here. This parallelogram. This is a new one. So this is a parallelogram. Maybe we should put this back to their frames.
Yes.
Put this back to the frame. Put the rhombus back into its frame. And put the square back into its frame. You already know that. Put the rectangle back into its frame. So now let's focus on the parallelogram. You can bring the parallelogram forward. And the frame. Yeah, so this is a parallelogram. Parallelogram. And I told you that there are three parts to it. Para means beside. Allelo means another. And gram means line. Okay? So parallelogram means lines running side by side. Parallelogram means lines running side by side. Look at these lines. Can you see?
Lines running side by side.
Yes, look at this. Running side by side. Look at this line. And this line. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes. So it's a parallelogram. Means lines running side by side. Okay? They're just running side by side. This one's they run side by side. So that's what parallelogram means. Now bring the other new piece So I've shown you the parallelogram. Now look at this. Have you seen the toy that children fly before?
Yes.
What do we call that toy that children fly and they put a string on it to fly?
It's called a kite.
A kite. Something like this, that you put a string for it to fly around, right?
Yes.
Okay. Like this, and then they make it to fly. Okay? Okay. So we call this a kite.
Yes.
A kite is actually taken from the name of a bird of prey that normally flies around to get its food. But then the technical name for this shape is deltoid.
Deltoid.
Yes, you can call it a kite or deltoid. Deltoid.
Deltoid.
Yes. So that's the technical name for this shape. Okay. So I've shown you more four-sided figures. Because they are all four-sided figures, they are all called quadrilaterals.
Quadrilaterals.
Yes. All these shapes that have four sides are called quadrilaterals. Yes.
Quadrilaterals.
Yes. Laterals mean lines and quad means four. Okay. Quadrilaterals. So I'll put this here to show that these are all quadrilaterals. So what's the name of this quadrilateral?
A parallelogram.
A parallelogram. Can you tell me something about the parallelogram?
They have parallel lines.
They have lines
Yes.
running side by side. Can you show me the lines that run side by side? That and that. Okay.
This
Mhm.
and this.
Exactly. So it's a parallelogram. What about the name of this quadrilateral?
A kite.
A kite or
And
deltoid.
deltoid.
Deltoid. And I told you that that name, kite, is taken from a bird of prey that normally flies around to get its food. Okay, over their prey. Now, what about this quadrilateral? What's the name of this quadrilateral?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. What's the name of this quadrilateral?
A square.
A square. And what about the name of this quadrilateral?
Trapezoid.
A trapezoid or trapezium. Okay. What's the name of this quadrilateral?
A rhombus.
A rhombus. What's the name of this quadrilateral?
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram. And what's the name of this quadrilateral?
A kite.
A kite or
Deltoid.
deltoid.